Hi guys, welcome to Authors Speak, an initiative by Books Etc., the literary gift store. And my name is Mansi Sagar, and I am the author of Butterfly Gone Rogue. A little bit about me. I basically just finished my studies at the University of Toronto, Mississauga. I double majored in communication, culture, information technology, and professional writing. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about my book. So it was published with Life Rattle Press, which is a part of my professional writing program at the University of Toronto, Mississauga, and it's an opportunity that I'm truly grateful for. Okay, so my book is about my thyroid cancer journey. So about the age of 20, I basically got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. So it's about my diagnosis to, discovery to diagnosis to surgery to, aftermath. So and part of the proceeds go towards Thyroid Cancer Canada and Thyroid Foundation of Canada. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the current situations that we've been dealing with, which is the pandemic. We're all in a lockdown, we're all at home. Then there's the cyclones in India, then there's the Black Lives Matter movement. And we've really shown how strong we are. We've shown how we're not alone. We've learned new skills, we've educated ourselves, we've found new hobbies, and we're finding new ways to cope with this new normal. So for me, I've in these times I've been spending more time with my family. I've been learning how to cook Gujarati food. So I'm Gujarati. I was born in Bahrain. I moved to the UK for a few years when I was growing up, and then I moved here, I would say about 6 years ago. And by here, I mean Toronto, Canada. So going back to what I've been doing during the lockdown. So I've learned how to knit, and I've also been learning online. I've also been binge watching Netflix quite a bit. So let's talk about the book. So what prompted me to write this book was that I wanted to spread awareness about thyroid cancer, and I wanted to do it through my story. I felt that writing a memoir would be a great way for me to, help the readers connect to my story, to learn about thyroid cancer, and also to, learn how not all cancers are the same. They're all unique, from, diagnosis to surgery to, different types of treatments. So, and so I wrote these stories in about a month and a half. It was done over the summer of 2019 in summer school, and I basically had my professors and my editing groups, guiding me through, how to better, write my stories, convey my stories, I would say. And I had deadlines, which made it much, much easier for me to write it in such a short amount of time. In terms of making the book, so the physical book, it took me about 4 months. So I made it, I think from January 2020 to April 2020. So it took me about 4 months from creating this cover, which, I'm going to show it to you guys. So the cover designer, Celine, did an amazing job on this cover. Thank you, Celine. Thank you, Nick, for helping me edit this book. So, copy editing. And so from creating this cover to copy editing to, finalizing everything, then typesetting, formatting, ordering a bunch of proofs, it took me 4 months to make sure that this was the final outcome. Okay, so I will be reading 2 short paragraphs from my book, and they're from the first chapter called Last Exam on page 1. So that's page 1. Those are 2 short paragraphs I'll be reading. Okay. The sunlight stings my eyes through the large floor-to-ceiling windows. My laptop lies on a pile of notes on the wooden dining table. CP24 anchors mumble in the background. It's noon, and I started studying for my anthropology exam. I push the earbuds and stare at my laptop screen. I stroke the front of my neck with my right hand while I read over the notes. I feel an oval-shaped bump sticking out. So I basically wanted to show you guys how I found my lump on my neck. But if you guys Google like check your neck, so there's specific ways on how you can actually check your neck. So your thyroid gland basically sits right here, and you can check for any bumps or anything. So yeah, and there's like different ways to do it. I think one of them is to sip water and to touch your neck. But yeah, this was a very unusual way of me finding my lump while I was studying for an exam. So in terms of recommended reading, I recommend Life Rattle Press authors. As their stories are really unique, and their books touch on like such different aspects of life. They're of different genres. So if you can just like type in on Google Life Rattle Press, or even if you just search on Amazon Life Rattle Press authors, and you'll find like a huge selection of authors, and one of them is my book. I don't necessarily have like favorite authors. I'm inspired by quite a few authors. A lot of them are my classmates or my friends from the writing program. And I've yet to read all of the Life Rattle Press books. I've not read all of them. I've only read a few, and this year, so 2020, I've only read about 2. And one of them is Waves by Sarah Margarita, and then the second one is Feathers by Madeline Nixon. And I also recommend reading Shane Driver's book, Broken, which is also published via Life Rattle Press. In terms of self-help books, I recommend reading Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and It's All Small Stuff by Richard Carlson, PhD. He's an amazing author. His chapters are so short and concise and just beautifully written. It's an amazing read. I recommend reading his books. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you, Books Etc., for this opportunity. Please make sure to give this video a like. Please give this page a follow, and also please follow me at Butterfly Gone Rogue. The link to the Amazon page is in my bio, so please go check that out. Part of the proceeds go towards Thyroid Cancer Canada and Thyroid Foundation of Canada, so I would love it if we could spread awareness on thyroid cancer. Thank you so much, and definitely, feel free to send me a message, and I would love to talk to you guys. Thank you.